This is a shop lab that I just completed on Modbus RTU. Modbus is a data communication protocol that's been around since 1979, but I've never worked with it. It's in millions of devices out there, and in fact, it comes embedded with all the Yaskawa drives that we work with. These are V1000s, and here are the connections for Modbus RTU. You can see that I've used RS485 to connect those two, and then that comes over to, this is a headless HMI controller. That's then connected to this computer monitor that was just sitting around my shop, and I've got an HDMI to VGA converter, putting those two together. One of the points of this lab was to prove that I didn't need a PLC to control the VFDs over the network. And my reasoning is, well, an HMI is considered a master, and then these of course are the slaves. So the whole lab was to prove that I could talk directly from the HMI to a couple of VFDs without a PLC. And right now we will demonstrate that. I'll fire up my Variac and we will watch the voltage. These are 240 volt drives. It's good enough. You can see that they have powered on and they are ready for command. Now, it's not a perfect world. I have this hooked up to a mouse, and first thing we'll do here is we will give a couple of speed references. This one here, we will give it 30 hertz, enter. And just for variety, let's give this one 50 hertz. Enter. I say it's not a perfect world because one thing I couldn't do was to give an integer value of 1 without manually entering 1 in here. So as I enter 1, it will send a 1 to the integer address in the drives. And the first digit is the one that controls the run command. So once I hit that, you can see the first VFD start to ramp up. I put the ramp time slow enough so that we could watch it ramping up. And I did slow down the refresh rate so that I didn't overtax the system. My goal wasn't to try to figure out the fastest communication, it was just to prove the concept. Alright, so now on this one here, this is ready to go. Let's give it a 1 as well. And you can see that start to ramp up as well. So I guess it's a success. There were several little learning curves that I went through. One was always having to be cognizant of whether you're talking about hexadecimal values or decimal values. And the other thing that hung me up was something called an offset. So if you're learning Modbus, keep your eye out for that. Obviously it was a little bit more complicated than those two things. I found some of the utility programs online very helpful. There were some trial programs, trial period programs that helped very much in determining the values I was sending from the HMI to the PLCs, or to the HMI to the VFDs. Alright, that's it.